Hello and welcome back to the Shutter Sports Refresh. This is the weekly show that breaks down all of the biggest news in sports from the past week. I'm your host Finn Noel, and let's get right into things. Let's start things off with some MLB news where we are in the best part of the season. Every player is putting on a show night in and night out. Starting with the American League's MVP race, Aaron Judge is the most feared hitter in baseball this season, on track for another 50 home run season while hitting over 350. And alongside him in the MVP race and the home run king race is Cal Raleigh. Raleigh won the home run derby and all-star weekend, and he's continuing to have the season of his life with 38 home runs as a catcher. Moving over to the NL MVP race is between the outstanding outfielder Pete Crow Armstrong and the pitcher Paul Skeens. Skeens' ERA is at a 2 flat for the year, which is an incredible achievement. Now, the American League and the National League faced off in the All-Star game, and this is the only All-Star game that really matters out of the big 5 sports because the winner of this All-Star game gets home field advantage in the World Series. And so these teams were really trying, and the game started off with the National League leading 6-0. But the American League came back in the 7th inning to make it 6-4, and then in the 9th inning, the American League scored 2 more runs, tying things up. And so the game had to go to the first ever hit-off in All-Star history. And the National League just barely squeezed out the win, so congratulations to them. They now get home field advantage in the World Series. Moving over now to golf, where the last Grand Slam of the year concluded yesterday. This was the Open, hosted in Northern Ireland, and the winner was Scottie Scheffler, who had one of the best tournaments of his life, shooting 17 under. Crazy. This was his first ever Open Championship win and his 4th Grand Slam. Now, funnily enough, after his win, Scottie had a bit of an argument with the media on whether or not he actually liked golf.
I'm not out here to inspire the next generation of golfers. I'm not here to inspire somebody else to be the best player in the world, because what's the point,
Now, this is a very odd thing to hear from one of the best players in the sport, but either way, congratulations to Scottie on his win. Now we'll move over to some MMA action where UFC 318 went down over the weekend. And boy oh boy did this tournament have the rematch that everyone was waiting for. Fighting for the 3rd time in their careers was the 33-year-old former featherweight title holder Max Holloway and the 36-year-old former lightweight title holder Dustin Poirier. Now, in this match, the two would fight at lightweight, which gives Poirier the automatic advantage, but Poirier is also 3 years older than Holloway, so the field kind of evens out. Now, Poirier won the last 2 times these teams faced each other, but in this match, Holloway got his revenge, taking the win by unanimous decision. And although there was no title on the line, it was amazing to see 2 UFC veterans fighting like young, hungry up-and-comers again. Let's move over to soccer now, where the FIFA Club World Cup finals just went down. For those who don't know, this is like the World Cup, but instead of national teams, it's football clubs. And the finals were between Chelsea, the English team from the Premier League, and PSG, the French team from Ligue 1, who also just won the Champions League of Europe. Now, because PSG just won the Champions League, they were heavy favorites coming into this matchup, but Chelsea ended up getting it done, winning this match 3-0 in a shock. Now, 2 of Chelsea's goals in this matchup were signed by their superstar, Cole Palmer, but their 3rd goal was signed by João Pedro, who signed just 8 days ago. Now, Pedro's impact brings up the question of whether or not teams should be able to sign a player mid-tournament, but either way, congratulations to Chelsea on their win. And for our last piece of news this week, let's talk about the NBA Summer League, which just went down. Now, usually the point of the Summer League is to showcase all of the top picks coming into the NBA. But this year, most of the top picks were shut down after just 2 games of play, so we didn't get to see much. But the one top pick that did continue to play was Con Knibble for the Charlotte Hornets. He ended up taking them all the way to win the Summer League championship. Congratulations to the Hornets on their Summer League win, and it looks like they've got a future solid piece in Con Knibble. And that's it for this week's episode of the Shutter Sports Refresh. I've been your host, Finn Noel, and I hope you learned something today. You can check me, Shutter Sports Media, and the writer for this episode, Lucky Roberts, on Instagram, right down here. Thanks for watching.